time for us to get strange. Let's go. Let's directly tap into it. Man, this should be interesting. 10 strangest things found in the middle of nowhere. Why are we in the middle of nowhere? That's my first question, but let's go.
The world is a strange place, and the more we explore it, the more we realize that some phenomena just can't be explained. Some of the most mysterious things lay dormant.
All right.
Hey, it's Danielle here at 4Page.
Gotta compete with the freaking ad.
Of nowhere, waiting to be stumbled upon by unsuspecting travelers. From 10,000-year-old Greek computers to spontaneous lakes to abandoned homes built in the most unlikely of places, things are about to get strange. It's every archaeologist's dream to uncover evidence of an ancient civilization, and in 2016, Dr. Semir Osmanagic did just that. Unfortunately for him, his findings would be ridiculed by other people in his field, but that didn't make his discovery any less miraculous or mysterious. After years of encouragement, the Bosnian government finally gave a team of archaeologists the financial backing that they were asking for, which led to the discovery of the oldest stone sphere ever made by human hands. The Bosnian Sphere was discovered in a forest near the Bosnian town of Zavidovici, but this strange discovery would get more and more mysterious as time went on. The ball had a radius of 4 to 5 feet and was made with a surprisingly high iron content. According to Dr. Osmanagic, the Bosnian Sphere proves that an advanced 1,000-year-old civilization once thrived in the Bosnian forest. After more research, the team of archaeologists uprooted yet another secret of the forest. As it turns out, dozens of these spheres once littered the forest floor. However, sometime in the 70s, rumors led locals to believe that there was gold at the center of these spheres, which led to their destruction, all except for one. There's nothing more unsettling than stumbling across something strange and unexplained in the deep, dark woods. But oddly enough, this is something that happens often in Pennsylvania. Numerous hikers have reported crossing paths with a set of broken-down stone steps. And since there's nothing of great interest around these steps, they were deemed a mystery at first. Nature lovers took to the internet to uncover the truth.
Okay, so we just got random steps and random spears going on. This is wild. This is wild. But I'm gonna be honest, this is why I don't be in the forest like that. Because you gonna find stuff you ain't got no business finding. Because we not forest people no more like that. We are civilized in city people. So when we go to the forest, it be jacking us up because we not supposed to be out there. We supposed to be out here. Unless we all just decide that we gonna move to the forest and switch it up. But we haven't done that. That's just my opinion though.
Truth about this wide abandoned staircase, only to find that while the enigma started with these leftover stairs, it ended with something else altogether. A YouTuber who goes by the handle of Random Video Circus stumbled upon these stairs only to find out that they once belonged to an early 20th century water park, considering that a forest now stands where the Sixpenny Lake used to be. So how did an entire lake vanish off the Pennsylvania map? Well, the exact cause remains a mystery, but research shows that the migration of hundreds of geese and fowl led to the lake being closed to swimmers. A dam was built to create a recreational pool for locals to swim in, but sadly, in the early 1940s, pollution took its toll on the lake's once swimmable waters, rendering the Sixpenny Lake extinct. You might think that the first computer was created by German programmer Konrad Zuse in 1936, but this isn't exactly true. The first computer was created over 2,200 years ago. It was found in 1901 when a group of fishermen discovered what would be dubbed the ancient Greek computer, off the coast of the Greek island Antikythera.
Okay, so this computer was a whole island, bro? A whole island? Wild.
These fishermen never expected to find a 2,000-year-old computer in the middle of nowhere, but that's exactly what happened. It all started when one of the crew members swam up clutching a bronze arm. This would be the first ancient artifact uncovered from the underwater wreckage. All of these artifacts would later be housed in a nearby museum, but many of their functions remained a mystery. That is, until Spiridon Stace visited the Greek Museum in 1902 and discovered the truth about a very rusty piece of equipment. This treasure was an astronomical computer made with bronze gears. Scientists have spent decades trying to reconstruct the genius that is the Antikythera mechanism, and so far they've managed to create a knockoff Lego version of it, but much of this artifact still remains a mystery. Lakes don't just appear overnight, or do they? Back in 2014, Alright,
so we even had computers before, all types of stuff, and it just magically vanishes. Like, this technology just magically Something's going on, bro. Something's wild. This is wild, bro. This is wild. Have you guys seen those pictures where it's like the people from the past look exactly like wild?
A very strange and unexpected phenomenon happened overnight in the Tunisian desert. A huge turquoise lake appeared out of nowhere in the middle of nowhere, but instead of being approached with caution, it was celebrated and dubbed the Miracle Lake. However, some locals would later come to regard it as a curse. This Tunisian desert is a place of immense drought, and people don't come by spontaneous lakes very often. So when shepherds stumbled upon the crystal blue waters, they immediately let the people of a nearby town in on the secret. No explanation was offered as to why this lake magically appeared, and despite being warned to steer clear of the sudden beach by authorities, tons of Tunisians dived in without a second thought. While geologists believe this lake to have manifested due to seismic activity, its appearance remains a mystery. But things took a sour turn for locals when the crystal clear water turned a murky green from algae. Officials have since warned locals that this lake could be carcinogenic, hence why some locals now see Miracle Lake as a curse. Some churches are built in hard-to-reach places, but none are as secluded as the Katsky Pillar Monastery. For years, this pillar-topped church sparked controversy all over the globe. This sacred place can be found 200 kilometers west of Georgia's capital city. And when we say,
how do you get up there? Like how, Sway? Or do they like just helicopter, like you flying? Like what? That's wild. That's wild.
It's in the middle of nowhere, we mean that in the most literal way. Tourists can't reach this site by plane, train, or bus. The only way to get there is by car, and even then, tourists can only view the monastery from afar. What makes the Katsky complex all the more puzzling is how it stands at the top of a natural limestone monolith situated 130 feet high. But we're not finished yet. This church was built between the 6th and 8th century, and since modern technologies weren't yet available, people are left wondering how the monks managed to climb the monolith and build structures on top of it. Maybe they meditated so hard they mastered levitation? There's just no way of knowing.
That part, like, how did you get up there? That's freaky, bro. That's ridiculous. That's wild. Nah, somebody probably climbed to the top. One person did. Then they threw some type of rope down and like, yeah, that's wild. That's wild.
Some strange things make for absolutely beautiful sights, which was proven by the mysterious case known as the Siberian Snowballs. In 2016, locals of the Gulf of Ob were taken by surprise when they were greeted by thousands of snowballs. These snowballs took up residence on a beach and stretched as far as the eye could see. They ranged from the size of golf balls to spheres with meter-long radiuses. According to scientists, this phenomenon was caused naturally, but this seemed strange considering that locals had never seen anything like it before. These Siberian snowballs were the result of a rare environmental process that occurs when small pieces of ice form and are rolled by wind and water. So basically, icy waves hand-rolled these spheres all on their own. But if this strange occurrence could easily be explained, why hadn't the locals encountered it before? Well, as it turns out, these snowballs can only be formed during the most precise of temperatures. The locals could rest easy knowing that science was behind this strange phenomenon. One of the most beautiful and
I mean, at least that had an explanation to it, though. Like, all right, the wind rolled. Like, okay, that's not that. But that thing in the middle, like the church, nah, that's weird.
Mysterious places in this world resides in Libya, an African country that is home to the oasis named Wav an Namus. This term can be translated to Oasis of Mosquitoes, a name that was given to it due to the oasis being home to a large concentration of mosquitoes. Libya is recognized for harboring a yellowish landscape from border to border. However, if you look at this country from an aerial view, you'll eventually see a large black dot amongst its long stretch of deserts. At first, scientists believed this dot to be caused by a looming cloud, but when the dot maintained its composure on the clearest of days, they investigated further. Turns out, Wav an Namus is an oasis that was formed in the center of a volcanic crater, but what's most peculiar is how the sand around it is black and not yellow or white. This strange phenomenon is located in the middle of nowhere. Its dark color derives from large amounts of ash that spewed out of the volcano over 1,000 years ago. In 2015, locals stumbled upon what they believed to be a large dinosaur egg in a remote location of their farm. The family's farm is located in Carlo Spegazzini, south of...
So now we got dinosaur eggs, bro. This is too much. This is way too much. What? Dinosaurs been gone for how long? That's wild.
of Buenos Aires, Argentina. The large egg turned out to be the remains of a giant armadillo, or so they thought. While finding an armadillo wouldn't have been that peculiar, finding a prehistoric ancestor of the modern-day armadillo certainly was. Believe it or not, this giant animal's existence dates back to over 2 million years ago. However, it faced extinction about 10,000 years ago. But while the media referred to this finding as a giant fossilized armadillo, this wasn't exactly accurate. Glyptodon is the correct term for this prehistoric animal. These ancient mammals could weigh up to a ton and could grow up to be 10 feet long. The one found in Buenos Aires is said to be over 10,000 years old. What the farmer found wasn't a dinosaur egg, but a preserved Glyptodon shell that was dug up by the stream's current. Angel Falls might hold the record for the tallest waterfall in the world, but this Venezuelan waterfall's reputation is all a lie. Well, sort of. Angel Falls stands tall at about 3,212 feet, but its height pales in comparison to the world's actual largest waterfall, which can be found underwater, in the middle of nowhere, the Denmark Strait Cataract.
Oh yeah, I heard of this. This is wild. There's a whole waterfall under freaking water.
Is about 10 miles wide and 11,500 feet tall. Problem is, it's completely underwater and can't be visited by tourists. This gigantic waterfall is situated between Greenland and Iceland, and it carries about 5 million cubic meters of water per second. This makes the Denmark Strait Cataract 3 times bigger than Angel Falls, and believe it or not, this waterfall carries 2,000 times more water than Niagara Falls. But what makes this waterfall so strange and unfamiliar is its mere existence. After all, how could a waterfall exist underwater? Well, basically, it exists as a result of 2 different types of water meeting head-on. When the water from the Greenland Sea collides with the Erminger seawater, the difference in temperature and saline levels causes a chain reaction that sends the water sliding down into the darkest depths of the ocean. But one of the most mysterious discoveries of all time is the Baltic Sea Anomaly. It has baffled scientists since it was first discovered by a Swedish-based Ocean X team in 2012. This 200 feet wide ocean was found 300 feet below the Baltic Sea, and since it resembles the Millennium Falcon from Star Wars, researchers immediately believed it was to be a lost UFO. This assumption is made even more curious by the realization that this object is over 140,000 years old. Its structure looks like a huge rock with peculiar symbols strewn across it, but reports state that it is made of metal. Even more curious is that the satellite and diving equipment reportedly shuts down when in close range with the Baltic Sea Anomaly. According to Live Science,
Okay, so why haven't we picked it up yet though? Like, why have we not? First of all, I've been told y'all the aliens are coming. Like, I've been told y'all that the aliens are real, bro.
scientists from Stockholm University claim that this gigantic, unidentified object is a glacial deposit, but those who have seen it in person know better. Which one of these strange things do you find the most intriguing? Sound off in the comments. Give this video a big thumbs up and don't forget to
Yeah, that's crazy. That's what that is. That's wild. That's absolutely insane. Like, mind blown. Aliens are real though. That's what I have to say. Aliens are real, and I've been telling you guys that the aliens are freaking real because they're freaking real. Like, aha. All right, let me know what other, like, these type of videos you want to see me react to. The like button, sub button, bell button. See you next time.